Welcome to the Lifting the Mask podcast, brought to you by Explore Paintball and our unofficial sponsor, GQPaintball.com, and our imaginary sponsors who pay us lots of money to do this, because we're awesome. Now, on to the show. Welcome, guys, to the Lifting the Mask podcast, presented by Explore Paintball. It's been quite a while since I've done one of these, so we're kind of going to go over a little bit of the last bit of the season, of last year's season, kind of what happened and whatnot. And we'll kind of get to what kind of happened at the end of the year. So the first thing was, I think we started off the end of July. End of July, I took ref to kids group in the morning. Was your normal kids group, pretty easy. And then I helped get set up for there was supposed to be 100-person group that was supposed to show up that day, and I think maybe 20 of them showed up. So they had like 20,000 or more paintballs. Yeah, they had like, I think it was like 10 to 15 cases of paint they pre-bought for the day, and the poor company had nobody show up for them. I guess whoever did show up, they ended up shooting quite a bit of the paint off, so it wasn't too bad. But it still sucks to hear that company pays for everybody to go play paintball and nobody shows up. Then the next weekend was August 5th. Went out to Wildside. We had practice. We played on the 2023 European Championship layout. I played all right on this layout, actually. In the morning, I actually did fairly decent. Was shooting guys out and like getting kills. And I remember I actually shot KP a lot, which usually I can never get a chance to shoot him. There was one point, I think we were playing 3-on-3, where I managed to get a 3-pack from the snake and even managed to prevent myself from getting run down, which I popped out and looked down the wire at just a perfect moment, and pretty much shot the guy who was running me down right in the dick. Like, well, stitched up, shot him in the nuts pretty good. Pretty much ramped on, which, ouch. Yeah. That one, yeah. No, we played quite a few points. I think I played pretty decent on that layout from what I remember. And then I managed to hurt up that time I think it was the previous weekend when I was reffing, where I had stepped somewhere on the field and didn't realize I stepped into like a hole, or I didn't realize the ground wasn't level. So like jarred my lower back. And then when I was playing speedball the next weekend, yeah, my back just all of a sudden was just like, as the day went on, just started hurting and hurting. So I pretty much ended up just trying to play home or the back, and yeah, it didn't go so well for me. Then the next kind of thing we did, what did I do next here? Reading notes. On August 26th, we had a birthday party I went to, and we ended up, it was just like, our little birthday group was only like half a dozen people or so, so we ended up joining up with another group, and so we could play bigger games. And I kind of, ended up playing with the trilogy. Some points, played with the TMC. I think I even did a couple rounds with the pistol, or a little bit of pistol play anyways. But yeah, pretty much just jumped between the trilogy and the TMC because I couldn't decide what I wanted to play with. And yeah, that was actually pretty fun. And then at the end of it, we did the poor birthday boy. We did the fox hunt, and I unfortunately found him and proceeded to scare the living crap out of him. So I found him, and then I chased him down. I don't know if I actually shot him or not. Like, just tried to shoot him. Then he was held up in one of these big like ice cream trucks or whatever, and I just stood there, unloaded a mag into the truck just until he said the phrase, and yeah, I had a good laugh at him. He crapped himself a bit, and then that's where kind of the year ended for me, really, because kind of had some bullshit at the end of the day, unbeknownst to me or whatever word you want to say it. What I didn't know was going on. Apparently, well, some of these guys, all leading up to the final event, or September, yeah, it was like September 30th was supposed to be an event at Bragg Creek, and I didn't go, and so a couple guys at DNC, or a few guys at DNC, were trying to get me to go, and right from the beginning, I told them I'm probably not going to be able to go, just can't afford it right now, kind of thing. And every week when I'd go out to ref, it would be, oh, are you coming? Are you coming? Just asking me if I was coming, and then I'd pretty much giving the same answer. No, it's not looking like it. And kind of just doing that every week. And the one guy eventually, I'm not going to say names, if I doubt they'll listen to this, and if you know, kind of thing. And they were always just like, oh, why don't you sell this? Or, oh, I'll buy your mask off you. Or, I'll buy your JT mask off you. Or this or that. And I was like, well, no, I'm not really trying to sell anything. And I'm not going to sell that mask. It's got sentimental value to me. So, yeah. And then that day, they had, the day of that birthday party I went to, we're doing a speedball practice that day. And it was... So, I'm trying to have the best way to explain it. So, the girlfriend's family, they were all getting kind of set up for, like, to do the cake and that. And one of the guys pretty much goes up to the owner of the field and just, like rudely asking where I am. And Viggy, like, the owner, Viggy, he goes, well, why? Like, why do you... Okay, whatever. Like, why? And he's just like, the guy goes, oh, just wondering, but just know it might end in a fight. So, like, was this guy gonna fucking jump me or fucking try to beat the shit out of me because I said I couldn't come to a fucking event? Like, it just seemed very, very childish, and, like, if that's the attitude you're gonna have when somebody says they probably can't make it to an event or can't make it to an event, why the fuck are you even at the field and bringing that attitude to a field? Like, that is the dumbest shit I've heard. So then I guess Viggy kind of was like, no, you can just leave or whatever, and he left. And then come like after we did cake and everything, I kind of find out about this, and so I go to talk to the one other guy, the guy who's been bugging me to... He's been the most one kind of harassing me and bugging me to go to this event. And he's just like... I asked him, so what did he want to talk about? Oh, he just wanted you to talk about the event. And I was like, yeah, I'm not going. I can't make it. And he's like, oh, why don't you sell me your mask? So I told him, like, a ridiculous number, like, oh, just give me $3,000 for it then. And he's like, I can't do that. And then he was like, oh, sell your car, sell this, sell that, just kind of being super rude about it. And it didn't seem like he was joking at all about it, but whatever. And... Goddamn cat. It just left a really shitty feeling that, like, I'm gonna get harassed if I can't go to these events. And that made me just, like, never want to play with those guys again. Like, ever. If I have the choice, I'm not fucking playing with them. Or if I have to, I'll just shoot them in the back. Because fuck them. but yeah, it really wrecked the season I was having. I was having fun up until that point, and they legitimately wrecked my season. And I didn't go back out to play or even to ref after that because I just didn't want to deal with them. And it just brought to light a bunch of issues with that field in particular. But that is more of a thing. I think I want to bring that up as a separate topic on its own. But yeah, like, I didn't go out and ref, didn't play. So I still have paint from that day that I stored all winter that I'm going to have to shoot off this spring. And speaking of this spring, this was going to be a real short episode. But let's I don't know. That whole situation with the harassment and just the threats and shit just honestly made me want to walk away from paintball. It's made me want to give it up. But I don't want to because this is the first hobby/sport I've actually really enjoyed. So I guess I gotta look at it like no matter where you go, there's always gonna be some shitty people, and you just have to figure out how to deal with them or just ignore them or whatever. Yeah, it's shitty to deal with, but moving forward, hopefully their attitudes change. And that's kind of my biggest thing is hopefully they can grow up. Really is all there is to it. But on to this season, we are still like a month-ish away. It's just about the end of March here. And I'm looking this year to be helping out at Wildside a lot more. We're going to be trying to get a rec field set up going for him. And I think that's going to be a lot of fun, getting back to building fields again, because that's something I've really grown to miss. And something I found really fun. Building the field in the morning, then testing out in the afternoon and stuff like that. That was a lot of fun. So a couple weekends ago, there was NXL Las Vegas. We had 3 teams from Alberta/Saskatchewan go. There was Echo in D2 X Ball. They finished 12th or 13th, which was pretty good for their first time going out and competing in a national event. Then we had Berta Boys in D5X, and they got 3rd, which at least they got on the podium. They got a podium finish is pretty damn good. So yeah, hopefully they're going out more. I know Echo is going to go to every NXL this year, so hopefully they can, in a month here or so, they can have a good showing at Texas. And then the last team that went out was PAG Factory. They actually ended up playing for 1st and 2nd, but unfortunately they lost. But they got to be on the webcast, and that was in D4X. So yeah, that's actually pretty awesome to see some local guys going down there and competing and whatnot. Yeah. Some other kind of things that happened. Alpha 22, another content creator out here in Saskatchewan, he got sponsored by Planet Eclipse and is going to be shooting an EMF 100. So he's pretty pumped about that. It's pretty awesome to see some locals get some sponsorship options, which is cool. Yeah, otherwise I've just been kind of very slowly creating content. These podcasts have been kind of man, I haven't really wanted to just sit here and talk to myself in a while, but yeah, this one's probably just gonna be a shorter episode. Um, yeah. Otherwise, yeah, I'm looking forward to the season. Can't wait to get back out and play again. I could really use it. I've been having a rough time. The winter's been way too long. Yeah. I don't know. Code word for the week, I guess. Um, nobody did this the first time I did it, so if you actually listen to the end of this, shoot me a message on the page or my personal or on the Discord. We have a Discord. I'll start including that in stuff. Usually it's kind of, the Discord's kind of what I'm doing and what I'm working on kind of thing, and some general chit chat. But the code word will be haters gonna hate. Yeah, so hopefully we'll see you guys out on the field, and we'll lift the mask on some players hopefully soon. Off the field, of course.